For tonight, started up with Josh. I have a simple question. When is it time to trade a player? When is it time to trade a player? We all know the NFL trade deadline just ended, you know, and NBA trade deadline is going to happen sometime in February, I believe. And my question to y'all is if y'all were a GM, when would you think is the right time to trade a player? Let's start with you, Matt.
When you know you can't get nothing more from that player. If you have a player on your team and you know, like, or in this situation, like in this season, you know, like, all right, we're not gonna win anything. I can't get any more from this player. You got to bust a move. Too often, I think honestly, a lot of people wait too long to make those decisions. But if you're like having an 0-6, 1-6, 1-7 season, then trade who you can, bro. It's time to rebuild. What you have isn't working.
Okay, I can respect that. Trav.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I guess it depends on the makeup of the team because it could be, what I mean, if you like the Jets basically had a fire sale today. I mean, they got rid of, I would say, both their top defensive guys. You know what I mean? They got rid of was it Quinn Williams and Sauce. I mean, that's your best defensive lineman and your best cornerback. They got rid of them. You know what I mean? So I think it's kind of quick to move on from Sauce. I don't know if there's some behind the scenes things. I wouldn't let go of him. You know what I mean? But Quentin Williams been there for probably like 4 years. It's the same old, same old. So I mean, I guess you start, rebuild. But for the trades, I don't know. I think it could be different too for NBA and NFL because I mean we've seen. I mean, the Mavericks trade Luka. I mean, that made no sense. You know what I mean? Like something like that made no sense. Like you trade Luka for injury prone AD. Hey, you know what I mean? Shout out to the Lakers. But yeah, I mean, I can see too when you trade somebody if they stock is high though too. You know what I mean? If the stock's high and maybe not going anywhere, you can get rid of them. But yeah, I guess it's all situational. You know what I mean? That's kind of a hard question for me to actually answer. You know what I mean? I kind of agree with Mod though.
I got a follow up question for both of y'all. Would you trade a player like, let's say, Marcus Smart, who was bleeding Celtics green, you know, and had great chemistry in order to win a championship, get a championship piece like a Kristaps Porzingis or Drew Holiday? Would y'all be willing to sacrifice chemistry
Of
for
course, for a
championship?
championship.
I'm about to say that example is a little loaded because they got rid of him and won one. You know what I mean? So it's kind of fucked up. You know what I mean? Like so obviously it worked out in their favor. You know what I mean? They got rid of Marcus Smart and then they won it the next year. So I mean,
Yeah. And
Although,
also, bro,
although you've been to
but,
the, although
but
my bad amount, although you've
yeah,
been to the championship with that core, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
But
I mean,
we ain't gonna act like Marcus Smart was that nigga. He wasn't that nigga on the Celtics. Like he wasn't a part of that core
He
to me on the
was.
Celtics.
He was a part of that core.
He
I would
wasn't
agree.
that.
I think he was
He
part of
was.
that core, bro.
Nah, he was like, cause I hear what y'all saying. He was definitely like a real big part of that team, but I don't think he was a part of that nucleus.
Did
He was.
did he
He
win a
might have been,
DPOY when he was there?
He did.
but he's
See,
not
that's
a
what I'm
part of
saying.
it. Nah, bro, he wasn't part of that nucleus though. Like that
He was,
nucleus,
bro.
that
He
that
was, bro,
nucleus is
bro,
some shit
bro.
like Clay Thompson, Curry, Draymond. That's like a nucleus. That's like the whole team is different without them players. The whole team it changed a little bit, but it wasn't that much different because he's replaceable, as we saw. Like Clay Thompson, like he wasn't replaceable. Like we see that now. Like he's we still haven't. You can't replace a Clay Thompson. You can't replace a Draymond. You can't replace a Steph Curry. My point is Marcus Smart was replaceable. He
Mm.
wasn't a nucleus.
It's hard to argue against it because they won a championship. You know what I mean? So like,
Mm.
I do believe he was part of that nucleus. Like I feel like he was there when
I
JT and
agree.
them, came on board. And like I said, the fact that he won a DPOY, bro, like that's tough from the guard position. You know what I mean? So he definitely was a focal point for that team, but they won the ship. So I mean, I guess the chemistry. You know what I mean? It didn't matter. You know what I mean? Move on from them. They got Drew and Chris Stapps. So I mean, it worked out for them. But
You can make new chemistry.
But sometimes, bro, when you replace and bring somebody new to a group, bro, they may not mesh well. So you taking a risk as well. You feel me?
Shit, life is a risk, bro. You put your drawers on, go outside. You taking a risk, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta just
No.
you gotta you gotta pull that trigger, bro. You gotta pull that trigger. You feel me? Like, because
I
if
mean,
you don't
I-
take a risk,
So from a Warriors fan's perspective, am I you cool with Jimmy? Like, would you still rather have Clay, or in retrospect, it is what it is. With you know what I'm saying?
like with how things played out,
Mm.
nah, I'll have Jimmy, bro. Clay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I love Clay, but he washed. I don't know if you've seen his numbers lately. It ain't
yeah,
pretty.
he's-
Meg, Meg, I don't know what's going on between him and Meg, but something ain't working out, bro.
I was about to say I was want to ask you your opinion on like what the Mavericks did. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
obviously, I mean, I guess it kind of goes into like the chemistry thing. I mean,
Nah, Mavericks, no, they're anomaly, bro. That made no sense. Like, that got to
Right.
be investigated. Actually, like that does not have anything to do with what we talking about. We're talking about insane people making a business decision. That wasn't a business decision. That wasn't a basketball decision. I don't know what kind of decision that was. I think it was a hating ass nigga decision.
some hate and shit. Yeah. And
Like,
and,
Trey,
and,
yeah, go ahead.
and like you said, I mean, chemistry maybe doesn't matter because I mean, like Luka, I mean, he came to the team and was balling. I mean, we're seeing it roll over into this year. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, I think if you're good enough, like you're just gonna the team gonna mesh. You know what I mean? Like if you one of them guys, the team's just gonna mesh.
I mean, Kobe didn't like Shaq. They had issues. Shit,
Right.
Michael was punching niggas in the nose and shit, and obviously we see now Scotty and him had issues too. So it's like, obviously chemistry. I'm not gonna say chemistry doesn't matter. Chemistry does matter, but I think like there's other things that matter more. Like if you're all on the same page or have a common goal.
And you named the two biggest dogs that ever were. So I mean, even if there was chemistry issues, they want to win, so they're gonna make it work. You know what I mean? And we see,
Yeah.
you know, what I mean, seen that work on both ends. Like Kobe and Shaq might not got along. They got 3 chips. You know what I mean? Scotty and Mike didn't get along. Steve Kerr, punching Steve Kerr out 6 chips. You know what I mean? So we're gonna make this shit work because